Yeah, they're my own. You say you feel it, but they're my own. You getting money, then the broke go. I'll tell you when it.
Welcome to the Gingerbread Man Show. And this is STEADYSERV Sports ENT. And I am the Gingerbread Man. Today, we're going to talk about Mad Dog, Chris Russo, take about Caleb Williams. He's spitting fire, flames, and hateration in this nation about our Caleb Williams. But more after these messages.
I'm a youngin' getting money, baby. All my youngins screaming, fuck you, pay me. All my homies there rap for me. And all your homies tryna rap for free. Go get it, take pride in that. For my family, I die for that. Touch any sister, do time for that. Look into my eyes and you know I'm about my business. I just turned the 8 to 33 and call it pippin'. Walk through the door, they go for me. Small circle, that's loyalty. If I have a child, that's royalty. I'm my own boss, now I'm moving independent. I just got another check and then I blew it on the business.
You say you feel it, but they're my own. You getting money, then the broke go. I'll tell you when it. Tell you when it.
Yo, man, Mad Dog is lost his mind. Diabolical, Mad Dog. Just diabolical. I already sense it and smell it in the air. Smell it in the air. Smell it in the air. Haters all over the place. When it comes to our young brothers that's throwing and slinging their thing, they highly criticize. It just looked like that. I ain't saying and accusing you of doing such a thing. I'm just saying the media, every time it comes to the young brothers throwing that, you know what I'm saying, slingshot, it's a serious hit in the rib cage, stab in the back, you know what I mean, punch in the heart. It's like, I can't figure this out, man. I'm really trying to really understand where Mad Dog is coming from. And I really can't, because we in Chicago, we don't see it that way. We in Chicago see that our team is 3-2. You know what I'm saying? And this is much better than what we've had over the previous years. And just give a man grace. This is his second year. In 18 months, you want perfection from a man that has 3 coaches to just gone and in and out and put into his life in 18 months, and also 4 offensive coordinators in and out in this man's 18 months. You want this man to have perfection in his game when he has to go through all of this type of switcheroo and stuff that's going on this team? Are you serious? He's the new blood that's changing things over. But I'm going to let y'all hear, you know what I'm saying, what Mad Dog had to say on First Take with Stephen A. And Stephen A kind of checked him in where he was going and what he was trying to do and set upon. You know what I'm saying? So here's the breakdown.
And the Bears exercised their demons by pulling off their own last-second comeback win Monday night. Up against a team that derailed their season with a Hail Mary a year ago, Williams found a way, threw for a touchdown, ran for another to win his 3rd straight game. The Bears, they have now 3 straight wins since starting the season 0-2, while scoring at least 20 in each of those games. So far this season, Caleb has increased his passing yards per game to 10th yards per attempt, and is taking less sacks compared to last season. So, Mad Dog, I ask, are you all in on the Caleb Williams era in Chicago?
I am not, and great job for Troy Aikman on Monday night, because Troy wasn't into it either, you can tell.
Another hater.
Commentary. And if Ben Johnson, who's done a hell of a job, and Caleb Williams are going to sit there and tweet about Troy Aikman, timeout.
Well, Ben Johnson didn't tweet anything.
Well, I mean,
player had a
He's allowed to have a comment on Caleb Williams. Deal with it.
I beg to differ.
What do I know? Because I don't love Caleb Williams either. He creates his own chaos in some of these games. 26% inaccuracy rate. ESPN made sure they gave you that percentage when they said his throws at times can be inaccurate. He fumbled that snap, which cost him an opportunity to win the game late in the third quarter, early fourth quarter. And he's just, I don't know. He's.
Y'all hear the hesitation? Do y'all hear the hesitation? He's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. Like, what are you talking about, man, dog? He said, I don't like him. I don't like him. Man, you better knock it off. You better cut it out. I don't know what you looking at. I don't know what you seeing. But what I'm seeing is it sounds like you kind of hating on the man about what he is and what he ain't. I don't know what to tell you. All I know is right now, Caleb Williams is the man of Chicago Bears. And then, listen to a little bit more of this diabolical stuff that he's saying.
The device is ready to pair.
At times he can be great, and then at other times you say, geez, what are you... Honest, let's be fair. Right now, and the Bears have a history of doing a horrific job with quarterbacks. Justin Fields, Kate McNown, Trubisky. I mean, this is nothing new. If you're the Bears and you want to analyze this, would you rather have Jaden Daniels, who was picked 2, or Williams? I don't know. What do you think? Daniels. Yeah. He got to an NFC champion. What about Drake May? There's the next one I was just going to mention. You want Drake May or you want Caleb Williams? It's a little early yet for Drake May, but in the early returns, give me Drake May. I take him right now over Caleb Williams. So to me, despite the record, good win. Daniels fumbled. That's the reason they won the game. But overall, I am nervous about him if I'm a Bear fan going forward, big picture.
Man, I ain't nervous about nothing, man, dog. I ain't married about... Listen. Ain't nobody nervous about what Caleb Williams do. First of all, I'm going to let Stephen A. finish it off as he slaughter him in his, soliloquy. Go ahead.
Doggy, but before I disagree with Doggy, let me say this. I've been at ESPN since 2003, with the exception of a 2-year hiatus from 2009 to 2011. One of the proudest moments I believe we should have is when we acquired Joe Buck and Troy Aikman to do Monday Night Football. You're talking about the A-team. And you're talking about a guy in Troy Aikman who is a 3-time Super Bowl champion, smart as a whip, incredible integrity. And anybody in the world of football who has a problem with him talking about a quarterback should really, really check themselves. You can have people just as qualified, because there are some who are. There's nobody more qualified than Troy Aikman to be talking about the quarterback position in the National Football League. So everybody just needs to stand down. Let's get that out the way first. Now let me get to the point about Doggy on Caleb Williams. Doggy, I get where you're coming from, but I respectfully disagree with you, and I'm going to tell you why. Over his last 12 starts, do you know that Caleb Williams has thrown 20 touchdowns and just 3 interceptions? Do you realize that Caleb Williams is on his 3rd head coach into the season, game 18 of his professional career, Doggy, on his 3rd head coach and his 4th offensive coordinator?
Right.
Who's had to deal with that?
Nobody.
Quarterback in NFL history that's had to deal with 3 different head
in
coaches
history
and 4 different offensive coordinators inside of 18 games. That was Caleb Williams. Also, we have to take into account that Drake May actually helped the argument to believe in a Caleb Williams. Here's why. When, no disrespect, but when Bill Belichick departed and Robert Kraft decided to give the job to Gerard Mayo, didn't work out, did it?
Nope.
Now you got Mike Vrabel there. And just like that, look at Drake May. We weren't saying this about Drake May last year, but we're saying this about him now. Why, Doggy? Because you know as well as I do, particularly when it comes to the National Football League, coaching matters. It really, really does. It's not just about X and O's. It's also about development. It's about culture. And it's about making sure that that culture is something that augments and elevates your quarterback as opposed to compromising their level of production. That is what Mike Vrabel has done in New England in a short stint there already, only 6 games in. We got to give credit where credit is due. Right now, Mike Vrabel is a candidate for Coach of the Year because of how New England has looked. Now we get back to Caleb Williams.
Go ahead.
Jaden Daniels hasn't had to deal with that.
Nope.
Even Drake May hasn't had to deal with that.
Nope.
So look at what Caleb Williams has had to deal with, and look at him from the first 2 games to the last 3 games. Look at all of those things. And then let's look at Ben Johnson, because now we're going to have to pay attention to giving Kevin Warren, the CEO, and Ron Bass, and Ben Johnson, all of these guys credit for bringing in Ben Johnson. So Ben Johnson is there calling plays. He's the head coach. Look at how he's resonating. Look at him on the headset. Look at him holding his coaching staff accountable.
Yes.
Players accountable.
Yes.
The kind of thing Doggy loves. That's why I'm bringing it up. Because Mad Dog Russo, with the degenerate gambling tendencies that he has, picks up on all of this stuff. It ain't just about what's going on in the field. It's about what's going on the sideline, what your mentality is like, where your focus lies, what are you doing what you're supposed to be doing. This is Mad Dog Russo. He pays attention to all of this stuff. Watch Ben Johnson right here. Watch the job that he's doing. Look at the players rally around him. Look at the accountability he attaches to them. Chicago has something going on. And then when we take into account Chicago's history, hey, Doggy, Jim McMahon wasn't the star
Go ahead.
of the Chicago Bears. I mean, we saw him doing the video, the hustling crew and all of that stuff. But this dude was, this is the 80s. This was no Dan Faust.
It's called a
This
shuffling
was no
crew.
Dan Marino. This was nobody like that. This wasn't those guys.
No.
That defense and sweetness, Walter Payton, and the refrigerator. You know the refrigerator Perry. Those were the dudes. Jim McMahon was a good quarterback, but come on now. And ever since then, the best that you have had to offer was Jay Cutler, okay, in Chicago.
Right.
It's like that.
Right.
Caleb Williams, look at his arm strength. Look at his ability to make those throws. Look at his ability to scramble, to move. Look at his NFL body. I believe in Caleb Williams.
Me
I know
too.
He's not there yet, but he has tremendous potential. And now that he's got a coach like Ben Johnson, I think sky's the limit.
I would also argue this, to Stephen A's point. I don't know if there was a single player, and this includes Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and all the rest that we talk about, who had more pressure and eyeballs on them coming into this season, considering, A, they spent big bucks on bringing in the offensive guru, Ben Johnson, but then in the draft, getting Colston Loveland, getting Luther Burden, they also have all those other weapons that they have, and Roma Dunze, a former top 10 pick. Everyone was looking for Caleb Williams to fail here, and here we are. They're 3-2. He's won 3 straight games. I don't know what else he could have done, Doggy.
Well, he was terrible week 1 against
He
Minnesota.
was not terrible in that game.
Oh, he wasn't good.
They had this game. They had that game, and then they lost in the end, and McCarthy had a great drive at the end.
He didn't play well in that game.
Doggy, when trailing or tied.
Drop the logistics.
Trailing or tied this season, Caleb Williams is completing 64% of his passes, 6 touchdowns, just 1 interception, with a passer rating of 103.6. We're talking about this brother like throw him out with the bathwater. But you got people speculating, can Chicago make noise in the NFC North? What you say? You look at Green Bay and how they gave up 40 to Dallas, right? You look at Detroit, how they just lost to KC, right? Jay was a rookie. And what's he going to do when he gets back, right? Chicago is right there. And I think
Chicago is right there. Right there, where we want to. Let me drop some ballistics on y'all real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let me drop you some ballistics real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know that I do my thing on bringing it up. The subject, it says, following the 2 NFL seasons with Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams has shown flashes of brilliance, but struggled in inconsistency, accuracy, particularly in intermediate and deep throws. However, his ability to protect the football and create plays outside the pocket points a high upside for success if he can refine certain mechanics. Then it goes performance and stats through the 2 seasons, it says that Caleb Williams played 17 games with 62.5% passing yards of 3,541, passing touchdowns 20, interceptions only 6, rushing yards 489 sacks, and then of course, 489 rushing yards, and he had 68 sacks, the highest in league, largely due to holding the ball too long. That's what they said. But we know that last year he had an awful, terrible offensive line. He got sacked 68 times. You ain't holding the goddamn ball that long, and you getting sacked. When you getting sacked 20 times in the season, you throwing that boy quickly out about your hand. He ain't just holding the damn ball and get sacked 68 times. I beg to differ. Did you watch the game? Did you see what's going on? See, listen, Mad Dog, listen, hold on, put me on screen. Mad Dog, I'm the crash out king. When it comes down to Chicago, I am that man. When it comes to bearing down, I bear down. I'm listen, 10 toes down with my team and what we do. You go stay over there in New York where the losers at, and you go ahead, you tell them what to do. But over here, we got our thing together. The man only been here 18 months. The man's been seeing all the types of switches and changes and all dysfunctional stuff that was going on. That I actually got the other quarterbacks going up out of here, Trubisky and Justin Fields. They couldn't function under that shit either. Chicago now is having a steady pace and creating a culture with Ben Johnson here. Allow the man to come in and do what he's doing. Mad Dog, I think you're wrong. I really think you crashed out on my man and not giving Caleb Williams his props. But nephew, you do your thing. Hold on the painting on the nails though. I'm just saying, maybe you want to do clear. You can maybe put a little orange for the Bears and blue. But anyway, I'm going to get up off of that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to Angel Reese for using her nail tech. But I ain't for that stuff. I'm just saying, whatever you got to do, bro, to get up out there and do your thing, go do your thing, nephew. Go do your thing. Don't listen to none of these critics, because they, at the end of the day, they don't got your arm. At the end of the day, they don't have your eyes and your vision. At the end of the day, they don't have the weight that you got on here to try to make your team win. So, in all that said, I'm here to let y'all understand that I believe in the Chicago Bears and where they're going with Ben Johnson coming in. But more after these messages. Let me tell you about the simplest way to get you in some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, and win some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and win some much-needed cash. Use promo code STEADYSERV and receive $1,000 bonus in cash. Now that it's football season, follow STEADYSERV and TNT as I share my picks. Pick players, choose the amount, win money, make picks, win cash. Thanks, Underdog Fantasy, for your partnership with us, and thank you for using the promo code STEADYSERV on Underdog Fantasy. Hey, listen, y'all, listen. I appreciate everything that you guys have been doing. I appreciate all of the support and helping this channel get to where it's supposed to, you know what I mean, and sharing the channel, telling a friend to tell a friend. We are now at 3,795 subscribers. I mean, listen, I appreciate it. We got 5 more to 3,800. I thank y'all for what you do. I thank y'all for what you've done. And I thank y'all for what you will do. I appreciate everything that you guys have put me on this platform. And listen, helping me be known and sharing it to everybody and telling them about what I'm doing. So, at the end of the day, I know it took a little long on this video, but I had to get that shit out because, hey, Mad Dog, listen, Mad Dog ain't gonna be coming up on no television disrespecting nephew as if he ain't been working hard on his game. Nephew, you do what you need to do. But as always, y'all, as always, I leave as I came with another banger.
Yeah, them my own.
Yeah.
You say